Mom does here. Week 9 is over, going to do a power ranking in my league, and a good chance for everybody to see like what a good team looks like. Let's talk about the best team in the league. In Tier 1, there's only one team, Sky Gary. By far the best team. I talked about his team so many times. And this team it's got a lot of injuries going on at the moment. And this team, we know what this team is what category it's good at, right? It's oh man, the way he set up his team, it's hard to see the entire team. But okay, we know he's got the number one guy in the league at the moment, Jokic. Basically, an A category beast has a lot of turnovers. That's what you get when you're averaging 8.5 assists as a center. 1.7 steals, I think it's going to come down a bit. Either way, he's got a lot of injuries at the moment. Maybe last week was the best time for him to lose. With his team full strength, he's got the best field goal. Look at this. 1, 2. How many field goal anchors does he have? I lost track. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Capella, it's got to be like one of the. So he's the best field goal team in the entire league, right? And he's got the most rebound in the league. He's got 3 guys averaging over 11 rebound, and he's got Bam, who's averaging 9. Ben Simmons 8. His point guard also grabbing rebound, other than Derek White, who hasn't even been playing that long. He should be average 3-4 rebound. 1.8 is kind of low, right? And he got the most. His assist numbers is actually, there are a couple of teams in the league have more assists than him, right? But that's okay. The teams with more assists probably going to lose in turnovers. He needs to win one, because he's unbeatable in field goal, pretty much unbeatable in rebound. Assists, the couple of teams have more assists than him, sure. He's pretty much unbeatable in steals and blocks, although like those are 2 categories that have pretty high variance. I talked about this many times, right? He's got like 5-6 steals specialists. He's got 3 or 4, actually quite a few really big block guys. Like he's got Robert Williams. You can just roster him full time, no problem. And Pirtle got a lot of minutes with Eldridge out. He's got a lot of blocks, and he picked up Derek White, who's a really good blocks guy for point guard. And all his guards are blocking shots, right? Jokic 0.6, that's the lowest. Okay, he's got DeMonte Murray. Everybody else is averaging at least 0.5 blocks, so he's got a lot of blocks. He's got a decent amount of turnovers. We know that 3 turnovers for Ban, 3 turnovers for Jokic, and 3 turnovers for Simmons. But everybody else, they really don't turn the ball over that much. So, like I said, to beat this team, it's tough. It's very tough. I think the couple teams really. I think there's one team can really has a chance to beat him blocks if you pick up a couple other guys. And there's only one team in Tier 1. In Tier 2, at the moment, I would say I'll put 3 teams. I would put Be More team Baltimore. I'll put Dream Shakers, and I'll put actually Kawhi Leonard's Laugh. Even though ranking wise, Walkby and Horky ahead of him. I get into his team a little bit. YP Baltimore second in the league at the moment. Yes, no problem. His team is great. He drafted Terry Rozier at 120th. Right, this guy's giving him top 30 value. He drafted Julius Randle pretty late as well, 74, and this guy is like basically top 40. Insane free throw efficiency for the season. And those guys, I think Terry Rozier are gonna fall off a bit. In my opinion, he played really well past couple games because Devontae Graham is also out. Right, he gets a bit more usage. And majority of Terry Rozier value is the threes, hitting 3.6. What is going on? And crazy efficiency, 50%. He was a sub 40% guy. All of a sudden, just boom, turning into a 50% guy. Right? The problem with this team is he doesn't have anybody that's a top 5 or top 10. So once we get to the playoffs, and you can really strategize against this team. So he's really weak in defense and turnover, right? And both his efficiencies is He's got Ernest Cantor at the moment, and Thaddeus Young is playing also. So all his guys, I'm just saying that they're gonna. I'm not the reason I'm not too high on this team is to me everybody's outperforming on this team. The only guy that's underperforming is Shea, who's still putting up pretty decent stats, right? I mean, Shea can give you more steals, and that's about it. To be honest, I don't think he can go like average 26, 27 points. 6.5 assists, yes. I don't think he can go higher than that. Maybe 6 points is already pretty high. He can be a one steals guy. He's also shooting 50% from the field, right? He's got a couple guys I think just gonna lose value pretty much any day. Like Norman Powell, this guy has been insane lately. He struggled last game, but 31 points, 29, insane. It's gonna fall off, averaging like 1.3 steals per. It's just insane. Everybody, Ernest Cantor, another guy that's gonna eventually Nurkic is gonna come back and take some minutes away from Cantor. He's not gonna average 11 rebounds, right? If he doesn't have Cantor, his rebound numbers and Zeller is close to droppable. So he doesn't really have a lot of rebound, to be honest. He's got a lot of guard stats, a great assist, but a lot of guards. The free throw is okay, not great. I don't know if he's got a lot of guys that Chris Middleton should have 3 field goal attempts. Brandon Ingram, great, but he doesn't really have that big anchor. Malcolm Brogdon 90%. So in terms of variance, he could, some guy throw him, he could just have a really bad free throw week. There are a couple of teams in the league that are better than him free throw. So like I said, the reason I'm not too high on this, I still put him in tier 2. He does have the second best record. It's just everybody's gonna cool down. So many people, like even Malcolm Brogdon is gonna cool down. Averaging 1.3 steals so far. I think that's gotta come down a bit. I put leaders team also in tier 2. He's got a 6-3 record, and really I think he has room to grow is because a lot of guys on his team are underperforming. He traded Doncic. I think that's a great trade. I think he won that trade. Without a doubt, he won the trade. And I think he's probably punting free throws, because he's got a couple guys. Jared Allen, a bad free throw. De'Aaron Fox. It's hard for him to win free throws. The reason he's so good because he picked up Chris Boucher. I think he drafted Chris Boucher. Interesting. 80th. I didn't know that. I thought he picked him up. And he traded for Jared Allen. Wiggins for Jared Allen. He got drafted. YP actually has a great draft. Drafted Allen 146. Now that he's finally freed, right? The past 4 games, averaging 10 rebound. Yes, he's gonna average 10 rebounds the rest of the way, and he's gonna average close to 2 blocks. That is top 50 value right there. And Chris Boucher is gonna give him 2 blocks a game. So like I said, he does have a lot of blocks, and he could potentially challenge Sky Gary in blocks, right? If he dropped guys like Josh Hart, he dropped guys like I don't know. Everybody blocks on his team, so yeah, scary stuff. I think his free throw might be better. I don't know. The free throw, it's not 100%. He will beat Sky Gary every time, but still, good stuff from this team. And I think this team can make it all the way to the finals and win it all. A lot of guys underperforming. I haven't talked about Michael Porter Jr. and Mikal Bridges. The steals has been low for him, and Michael Porter Jr. we know the issue with him, playing bad and playing low minutes, getting COVID, haven't just really put together a good stretch of games. And Kawhi Leonard's laugh also putting tier 2. Although Ja Morant has been a huge disappointment this season, and talk about him many times, the guy only give you points and assists, and everything else is pretty much negative. No threes, no defensive stats, low rebound. To be honest, 3 rebound a game for the season, and not a great free throw shooter. So just really 2 category. He's nowhere. If you can trade him for top 50 guy, I would do it. He's not gonna give you anything close to top 30 or 40 value. Right. The reason I say his team is strong because he drafted Miles Turner in 77th, and this guy gonna be a top 15, 20 guy rest of the way. And he's got Kawhi Leonard and Karl Anthony Towns. Elite efficiency, a lot of defensive stats, a lot of blocks as well. He's got Cat and got Miles Turner. He just need to drop some like I'm just saying if he wants to compete with Scary, just drop some guys and get more blocks, right? And maybe get more assists. He also does have a decent amount of assists versus Sky Garrett. Maybe he can win turnovers. So he's a team that also I think is pretty strong. Can win it all for sure. That's for tier 2 and tier 3. I think there is Horky. There's Dr. Walkby. There's Horky. There is Nate Robinson, and I don't think Nate is even Daniel is even playing. He won last week. Triple double noise, Lia's team and my team. Those teams are in tier 3. Right, Walkby's team, why in tier 3? He's got a lot of injuries at the moment, sure, but Andre Drummond, we don't know. We don't know what's gonna happen. If Walkby is just gonna lose Andre Drummond, and you look at his team, he's got some points, right? Joel Embiid and Zach LaVine. But versus top teams, I just don't know if he can win points every week. After those two guys, really, he doesn't really have another guy that can consistently give you 20 points, right? And I'm just looking at it. If he loses Drummond, is he gonna win rebound every single week? He's got 2 big rebound guys, Joel Embiid and Ayton. That's about it. So he's got great counting stat, like assists. He's got LaMelo Ball. That's the only big assist guys on his team, right? 6 assists. Everybody's 5, so he doesn't have a lot of assists. And he also lost D'Angelo Russell, right? Who's like he's not a top 50 guy, but can give you 20 points and a lot of threes and decent assists. So he also lost him. So it just seems like this team is losing some steam. I mean, if everybody is healthy and playing like Drummond, like D'Lo is playing, he just lose both of them. We don't know when Andre Drummond is going to play. And we don't know if he gets traded somewhere, is he going to play 30 minutes? Right? If he play 20 minutes, he'll be good, but is he even going to get to 25 minutes? When is he going to play? We don't know. Just all those things. And we only got one IR spot. So at the moment, I just don't see this team beating any contender teams. And then we got Worky. Right? He's a guard team, and I talked about this team many times. The biggest problem with this team is I just don't know if he has enough points. He picked up D'Angelo Russell, that's great. When he does come back in the playoffs, D'Lo can average 20 points. That's great. But he still got Draymond Green on his roster. If he plays against YP or my team or trying to think, Lian's team, those guys are gonna have more points, in my opinion. Those guys are gonna have more points in. And I mean, the rest is great. He's got a lot of free throw is probably top team in the league, right? Got a lot of assists, led by Trae Young. He's got a lot of steals, and nothing else. Bad efficiency, bad rebound, bad blocks, bad in turnovers. So he's pounding 4 categories, and versus a lot of teams, he can win. I think versus Sky Gary, he's probably has no, I don't know. The steals could be close, but I think on most part, Sky Gary is gonna have more, and I think Hawkeye's got more turnovers. So that's just a loss right there. But this team can make the playoffs, and we don't know how deep can he go when he plays some top teams. And I put Daniel's team in top tier 3 because lately he's not even playing. So I don't know. Probably should put him in. He's got a great draft, and Giannis last week just being insane, putting up insane stats. Won him a couple of weeks. I'm not gonna go into too much detail with this team because I think I don't know if he's not even playing. He's not even changing his roster. So you're not gonna go deep if you're not playing. You're not gonna win the ship if you're not playing. So still in tier 3 because his team is just too good. Even when he's not playing, he's winning games. And Lian's team, he still does not have CJ McCollum back. Once he does, he should move up to tier 2. I think when he plays teams like Horky, Horky is gonna struggle so hard. But if he plays Get Gary, I think it's just auto loss, right? He's a guard team with no assists, no steals, and he's just gonna lose. Very simple. If he plays Scott Garrett, I think play 10 times, he's gonna lose 9.5 times, in my opinion. And then I got my team. I lost to YP barely. Let's see. I lost to Frito. Yeah, I lost by a 1%, mainly because probably should set Harden. If I did not start Harden, I probably would have won. Probably, yeah. The math checks out. I probably would have won. So I guess it's just a bit unlucky, but YP, he's too good. I mean, I think I should be able to make the playoffs, and I think because I don't think Nate's gonna keep winning. So I think I should make the playoffs, and I don't know. Don't know how deep I can go. If I play Scott Gary, I mean, I got a 30. I give myself 30% if I can win steals. I just gotta drop a couple guys and give myself a chance to win, right? But if I play YP, I think honestly, my team versus him, I think my team is pretty good against his team build. To be honest, he has more turnovers than me, right? And I mean, I could just drop a couple guys and try to win points even. Last week when I played him, I got some guys. I mean, I got some guys missing games, and I had like he had Norman Powell scoring, averaging 30 points. Wow, I had like what's his name, Matisse Thybulle, averaging like 2 points, and I got like TJ McConnell. I think those guys, once you get to playoff, they may lose the value. So depending on what my team looks like, I think I can even beat YP in points. And I think I should more, like all the guard stats I have more, and he has more turnover. So we'll see. I honestly would prefer playing YP, obviously. I think I'm probably gonna get 7th, 8th seed, regardless of playing a top team, And then the last tier, the Wales team, Vignesh is King Sheep. Those teams are probably out of the playoffs. King Sheep, we're gonna start with him. He's giving up. He's not changing roster. He's got Kyrie and AD. On paper, looks really strong, but been sucky, and yeah, he is giving up. I think I play Sheep one more time, so I'm gonna get a free win there. So I'm happy about that. Hopefully he doesn't try when I play. And Vignesh, just rough. KD's been out for a week, and Jimmy Butler, when KD was playing so well, Jimmy Butler was out. Now Jimmy Butler was playing well, KD's out. That's his two best players. They never got to play together on his team. And at this point, it's too late. He's got a lot of injuries, and he didn't change roster today. So, and he's playing King Sheep. So, yep. So that's this team. So both guys, they're not changing roster, and we got Nate not changing roster. Daniel will not change now. And let's see what Wilson, is he changing his roster? So basically, we got we got 4 guys not playing this league. So yeah, that's it. 4 guys not playing, 8 teams make the playoffs. So I feel pretty good about making the playoffs. That's it. The power ranking. I'll do another one next week. Bye, guys.